I'm going to do an experiment here with a silver-faced champ. This thing was purchased very, very smoky. It smells like a bar with just caked on cigarette tar everywhere. Sprayed 409 on it, took it all apart, used a paper towel and some 409, and I got a ton of gunk off of it. The paper towel was brown. I wish I still had them so I could show you. And I thought that I did a pretty good job. However, when I go into the room that this is in, it still kind of stinks of cigarettes. When I turn it on, it really smells like cigarettes. Just the worst. So they've mentioned that turning on an ozone emitter can help get rid of all that smell. So what I've devised is, here I've got an ozone emitter purchased off of Amazon. I've used this a lot in the past for, sorry the blurring is kind of bad, but just know that it's a ozone emitter. I've used this in the past for rooms that were smoky, or I bought a truck that the former owner was a smoker, and it worked wonders on those things, so I've got no reason to believe that it wouldn't work for this. And while I'm tempted to just run the ozone emitter with the amp off, I kind of want to run the ozone emitter with the amp turned on. Now, you're probably wondering about these garbage cans here. So I don't want the ozone to get everywhere in my garage. While that probably wouldn't hurt it, I do want the ozone to be concentrated on the amp itself. So when that ozone starts to come up, I'm hoping that it comes up through the top and passes through the amp in whatever way it can. And to make sure it does that, I will put the lid on this. Now, I only plan on running this for a couple minutes. If this was done in a truck or if it was done in a room, you'd run it for a lot longer. But for this, I'm just gonna run it for maybe 5-10 minutes with the lid on. It'll still get out, from around the lid, but I do want it to be concentrated here. And then maybe I'll make a part 2 video to demonstrate exactly what I believe is the effectiveness of doing this. So we will see you then.